Feeling a little inadequate? Huh? Jesus never spent, if you looked at the amount of time he spent in the synagogue versus he did in the street, you'd be what? You'd be amazed. We totally flipped that the other way. If you want to hear from God, you got to come in here. What amazes me is he didn't live that way. But you're telling him that his people have to live that way? No, you need to come in here. If you want to hear from God, you need to come in here. Jesus never did that. Jesus went to where they were. And he ate with them. And he slept with them. And he prayed with them. And he worked with them. Right where they were. And somehow, the power of God flowed. Why? Because that's exactly what he was commissioned to do. Isaiah told you, and the government will be upon, and of his kingdom there be no end. So the kingdom of God had come. Right? Kingdom of God had come. So now you got Matthew 28, and then you got Luke 24. They get more instructions. Notice that authority requires instruction. Go ye therefore into the world. All right? So when you tell me my ministry, you're telling me that because of the relationship you have with Christ, he's told you exactly where you are to practice what he's given you. Is that correct? No, you're coming to me just the opposite. I don't know what I should do. I don't have any direction. I don't know where I should work. I don't know, should I go back to school or shouldn't I? Should I take this job or shouldn't I? Should I get married or shouldn't I? Should I teach or shouldn't I? Should I have my own business or should I not? That's what you're telling me. What are you telling me when you say that to me? You're telling me that you understand the authority in the Word, but yet you have no relationship with it. That's what you're telling me. Whether you know it or not. That's what you're telling me. That's sad. Very sad. If Jesus needed something, where did he go? Peter, James, and John? I mean, they were his three closest buddies. He didn't go there. Where did he go? Took a walk with his Father. Right? Yeah, if he wanted to know, he asked his dad. Did it ever occur to you that you can take a walk with him and ask him anything you want because he can't hardly wait to answer you? Huh? Because he's given you a place in him that his Son has procured and paid for? No one can sit in your chair. Your chair's got your name on it, written in red by Jesus. No one can take your place in the kingdom. Powerful, right? Very, very powerful. So, you're sitting there saying, well, wait a minute, I don't know all things. What's wrong with that? Yeah, what's wrong with it is the I. What is it that God instructed Jesus to do that he didn't finish? What? So if I asked you how many things you started but never finished, what would you tell me? Huh? You are supposed to be Christ-like. Now this sounds heavy-handed, don't it? It sounds like I'm really coming down on you. You know, but look, there's no substitute for relationship. None. Now, ministry requires authority and power. You see that in Matthew, you see that in the book of Luke, don't you? Notice who gives the instruction. No. What is the base of that instruction? In other words, where does it stand? Where does it flow from? How does it come? How did it come to them? One word. Starts with an R. Relationship. Who called who? He called them. To what? Yeah, to a ministry? Yeah, he called them to a what? A relationship with him. So that he could introduce them to the... That was his whole purpose on the face of the earth. And all the signs and wonders and healings and all of that followed him because of the nature of who he was. Never once does he tell his disciples, all right, we're going out on the mountain, and we're going to feed 10,000, and the Spirit of God's going to move in a great way, because revivals come to Jerusalem, and it's going to be full of signs and wonders and miracles. So go on out throughout the city and tell everybody we're going to have a meeting. Did he ever do that?
No.
Did he?
He sent 2 by 2 out.
Yeah, but you never see him advertise anything. Did you? Isn't it amazing that it was the people that he touched, or the people that touched him? Now, I hope that doesn't alarm you, but a touch requires a two-way street. What? You're saying, some of you are sitting there going, no, it doesn't. Oh, yes, it does. You can't touch me unless I allow you. And it works both ways. When you go to God for instruction, you're saying, touch me. Enlighten me with your wisdom as to the finished work of what I'm asking. Wow. Yeah, enlighten me. In case you missed it, that's the first thing that he created was light. Right? Right? Are you with me? So out of the solution came the answer. Out of the river Jordan came the ministry. Skies open up, the heaven speaks. God the Father says, this is my beloved Son, in whom, listen to this, I am well pleased. Then he gives instruction. Hear ye him. That's the instruction heaven gave. In other words, he's not going to go anywhere that he doesn't have a message from me. Oh my, you don't understand. I was invited to come here to speak, and I was asked to do this, and you take that as some sign from God of his approval that it's okay to go when you've never asked him. And then you want to tell everybody, I got a word from God. And I can hear people in heaven going, Lord, you didn't give him no word. What? Lord, do you see him or her? Huh? And then we call that ministry. No, this is painful. Huh? Some of my biggest concerns for you. You've been taught wisdom that no one else in Calhoun County has heard. Now, that's truth. I'm not bragging, that's truth. And then you think you can take it anywhere and share it with anyone without asking him? How's that work, Charlie? And then you come to me and tell me, well, I was just visiting. And they asked me to come and participate. No one can touch you unless you let them. And because it's the truth that you're speaking to them, you see some kind of immediate result. Now here's the question I want to ask you. In that great bit of wisdom and understanding, how many of you followed up 2 days later? And then a week later? And then a month later? To see how they were doing and if it was growing in them. If you didn't, you're a whore. You have just committed adultery. You claim to be married to the truth, and yet the truth is not in control. My God, that's heavy. Yeah. Awful quiet in here. Aren't you so glad that he never accused the one that was caught in it? He came and he said, now therefore. Why? Because mercy triumphs over judgment. Oh, and in case you missed it, I am mercy. He didn't come to condemn her. He didn't come to minister to her. He didn't come to give her a word. He didn't come to prophesy to her. He did not come to deliver her. He came for one purpose and one purpose only. For relationship. And out of that relationship, the power and authority of God flows. Huh? But it needed direction. And isn't it amazing that the enemy gave it direction? The enemy drags the woman before Christ. The problem. Come on. Come on. Hey, no, we're busy rebuking our enemy. Not Jack. Not since I learned this. Teach me his ways, oh God. My enemy's ways. Well, it's very simple. When you hear an accusation about you, you have an appointment with the great I am. Oh, Yandararabaha. You have an appointment with the great I am. Why? So that he can remove from you the accusation and establish a relationship with you. She never left his side after that. We are constantly leaving God somewhere. Huh? It's funny, I come down here Monday morning and I could hear voices. And I can remember saying to one of them, I said, what are you still doing here? How come you haven't left? Well, they didn't take him with me. They just left. They had a place to be, an event to go to, something to handle. And they just left me here. They never invited me to go with them. No, they just assumed it. You assumed it.